Hi everyone, my name's Janie, but today is Friday, January 17th, and I've been on a good reading kick lately, and I've been really wanting to go to um, the Seattle Public Library because I haven't joined yet. So I wanted to do that this weekend and just have a cozy MLK weekend and take you guys along with me for the ride. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm very excited. So let's get into it. Okay, so I just checked out at the library, and it's a little bit noisy, and I'm filming on my phone, so I apologize. Oh my god. But I got 3 books that I will show in a bit. But I think I'm gonna sit at a cafe for a couple hours and just read. I don't know what I'm gonna feel like reading, but I'm also reading The Women by Kristin Hannah on my Kindle right now. So I might read that, but we shall see. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm in a cafe right now, but I got The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell, who wrote One of Us is Lying or something like that. And then Bad Summer People, which I just picked up because it was kind of short. And the blurb looks good. It's kind of like a We Were Liars vibe, Nantucket romance drama vibes. And Annie Bot, which I've been seeing everywhere, and it's I think it's an AI kind of story. So I think I'm gonna read this while I'm here. I got a decaf cappuccino, and I'm just gonna vibe out. So. Okay, so guys, I read Annie Bot in the cafe, and then I've also continued to read it since I've been home, and I'm loving it, low-key. It's super fast-paced. I mean, the book's only 230 pages long, so I don't know if you can see, but I'm about, I can check on my phone, I'm 57% through right now, and I think I'm gonna end up finishing this in the next hour or so if I keep at the pace I'm reading. But I really like it. It's kind of about this AI robot, and it's honestly really good. I'm also reading The Women, which is by Kristin Hannah, and I think won a few awards when it came out last year. But I'm reading on my Kindle. This one's going a little bit slower for me. It's actually my first Kristin Hannah book that I've ever read. I never read The Nightingale, so curious about this one too, but we'll see. Talk to you guys soon. I'll update you. Okay, so I ended up going to the gym, and then I got sidetracked, so I haven't read any more, but I will continue. I'll probably finish Annie Bot tomorrow. I'll keep reading The Women. I don't know if I'll be reading any more today, but I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so I'm here with Cecily and Bryn, and we're gonna all bring books to a cafe. I'm gonna keep reading Annie Bot. What are you reading, Bryn?
I'm gonna start Bad Summer People, Janie's book.
I'm gonna continue reading Everything I Know About Love. by Dolly Alderton. So we'll update you at the cafe.
Bye.
Hello, I'm back. We just went to a cafe and read for like an hour, and I ended up finishing Annie Bot, and I gave it 5 stars. I loved this book. Um, I literally like ate it up. I mean, I went to the library yesterday. I read like 2/3 of it yesterday and then finished it today. Like, I think my favorite thing about it is Annie herself is such a good character, and you love her even though she's like AI. And it's not like a super like plot dense book. You pretty much are just like in Annie's mind, like as she's learning. And I think it's like a very powerful story about like autonomy and identity also. And I loved it, and I think I'm going to be thinking about it for a while. So I'm super glad I picked this up, and I would recommend you do the same. So now I'm going to keep reading The Women, and I'll hopefully finish this the next like 2 days or so. This one's going by a little bit slower for me. I'm currently 28% in, and the writing's really easy to like consume, but I've never been the biggest fan of historical fiction. I have a hard time getting through it. Even even The Night Circus that I just read before this, I just had a hard time. Like, I like a more contemporary setting. So we'll see if I am hooked on this. I mean, the writing's good. It's my type of writing style, but the story is like, I don't know. But I'll update you guys. Okay, so I just got back from a beautiful sunset walk, and now I'm gonna read for hopefully like an hour or so. And I don't know, I think I'm like 70% through The Women now, so we'll see how far I get. And my feelings are continuing to decline, to be honest. Like, I don't really understand the hype around this book, but I'll share my final thoughts once I finish it. Okay guys, it's currently 9:20 on Sunday of MLK weekend, and I just finished The Women by Kristen Hanna on my Kindle. I ended up giving it 3 stars. This book has been like talked about a lot, and I kind of don't understand the hype, which I think is kind of a hot take. I think the best way to summarize my thoughts is just that I felt like it was so simple. Like, everything about it was just like, you know, we're following the main character Frankie throughout her experiences in the Vietnam and afterwards. And I think the message was very important, and, you know, women's experiences as veterans in the Vietnam War is obviously a very important topic, but I think maybe the writing for me fell a little flat, and it was super weird. It would be like there's a lot of talk about addiction, and there would be like they'd be talking about it and it felt like a literal like WebMD description about addiction, or half of it would just be like brushed under the rug, but then like people's outfits were like described in like intense detail. I don't know, I thought that was so weird. And then another thing was like the Vietnam War chapters, when we were actually in the war, were like, it felt like you were reading the same exact scene happening like 4 different times. So those are my thoughts on that. And also, quick little spoiler, the next like 10 seconds I'm going to spoil something, so if you want to read this book, don't watch. But the 2 main love interests both die, and then they both kind of come back to life in a way. I just thought that was so bizarre. It felt like a kid's book, and like I thought it was a little bit silly, and like I don't know. But I enjoyed reading it. It was easy to get through. Like I finished it in like 3 days, and I read a book. I finished another book at the same time. So if you want a relatively easy read that focuses on a very important topic, I would recommend this. And most people like it, so don't take my words so seriously. I might read this Lisa Jewell book that I got at the library, which I don't really know anything about it besides I've read a Lisa Jewell thriller before. I forget what it was called. I think this is one of her earlier ones, but I don't know if I'm feeling a thriller. But I also might read some other book on my Kindle. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. Okay, happy MLK Day, everyone. We're nearing the end of the weekend, and last night I was just looking on Libby, which is like what I use to like rent books or like loan books from my library onto my Kindle, which you should definitely do if you have not done that. And I saw Me Before You was by Jojo Moyes, I think that's how you pronounce it, was available, so I randomly picked it up. Not really like connecting in my head that it was that movie with Finnick Odair from The Hunger Games and Emilia Clarke. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That really good rom-com, until I like got like about like 15% in. So I was reading that last night, and I think I like it enough to continue, so I'm gonna keep reading this and we'll see how far I get into it today. But if I get really into it, it might be a 3-book weekend, which is pretty crazy. So I'll keep you guys updated, but talk to you soon. Hi guys, I'm back. I think the last time I updated you, I was just starting Me Before You, which I ended up randomly like getting into bed really early last night, and I read like up to like 55% of this book, and I'm really liking it. It's a super easy read, but a really good story. It's kind of like, I think it was, I mean, I've seen the movie, and like it's kind of marketed as a romance, but like I'm like 55% through, and there's like been barely an inkling of romance, but I kind of like that about it. And I'm excited about like the direction it's headed, and also kind of nervous, but I really like it so far. I'm happy that all the books I've been reading this weekend have been like quick to get through, and I've actually been enjoying them and coming back to them excited, because a lot of the time I get in a slump and I like can't read. So feeling good. It's Tuesday of MLK weekend now, but since I started another book, I just figured might as well finish it off. So yeah, I'll update you guys probably when I finish this, which I think will be today. Hi everyone. It's now Wednesday, January 22nd. So this is going a little over MLK weekend, but I finished Me Before You this morning. So I'm gonna go get a coffee, and then I'll talk to you about it when I get home. Hi guys. So I just finished Me Before You this morning, and this one's tricky because I really enjoyed the story, and like the movie's so awesome. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight actually, since I just read the book, but I ended up giving it 3.5 stars just because it was like really slow at some points. You follow Louisa Clark, who is kind of like this kind of quirky girl, but she kind of has to support her family, and so she hasn't really like explored much beyond like her little town, and then she starts taking care of the main guy named Will, who's a quadriplegic, and I think it was really sweet, and I did get pretty emotional, but it could have been like 50 pages shorter. And because, you know, she has to support her family, and it's a whole point of her character that she's never left this town, you also as a reader feel kind of like trapped and like a little bit like suffocated. Like I felt like in the story there just like wasn't enough to it for me to like really be engrossed. Like at some points I was like, you know, tapping the screen, skimming, because I was like, this is just the same thing over and over. I think if it was like low-key like 75 pages shorter, I think it would have been an easy 4-star, but because it wasn't, I don't know, I just had to give it 3.5. But I do recommend it. It's a very sweet story, and I like the writing style, and I think I'm gonna read Someone Else's Shoes now, which is Jojo Moyes's more recent release. So, but with that, this is gonna be the end of this reading vlog. I really enjoyed doing this weekend, and I'm gonna be reading more. Drop in the comments if you have any video suggestions, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.